Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description. Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw Countout, the only pro wrestling countdown show here at youtube.com/SteveAndLarson. We're going to count this shit down. It's available now everywhere podcasts are available as well.
Yes.
Because it's going up on podcast stuff.
Yes.
All right, Larson, this is where we count down things. And yesterday, we counted down the top 10 opponents we think should face Undertaker at WrestleMania 33.
Yes.
He's showing up at
You know,
Smackdown.
I just realized we forgot to add somebody to that list.
Oh, Silas Young, the last real man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he wasn't included as number one. For some reason, we had some guy named John Cena, or John Kenna, whatever it is. Silas Young. Yeah, for sure. That's it. Sid, maybe.
They already wrestled WrestleMania.
They already wrestled.
It wasn't very good.
It was a crap fest. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so these are the 10 opponents that they should not consider at all as opponents for The Undertaker.
I wouldn't say at all, but just shouldn't consider.
None of these are good except for the one that's also on the best list.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I love swerving people, best and worst.
I know.
Best and worst. Anyways, yeah, you guys can find the show anywhere podcasts are available. We're going to upload these as podcasts now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Top 10 opponents. Undertaker should not wrestle at WrestleMania 33.
Yes. Number 10.
Bray Wyatt, man. Bray Wyatt.
These guys have wrestled before.
Well, here's the thing.
Obviously.
Okay. Why in the world would... Because one thing we have to explain, why would they ever actually consider these? Because these are ideas that they could consider.
Yeah.
And we just think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt, I think they make, same brand, for one thing.
Yeah.
They both have the supernatural thing going.
They have history together.
We believe that at Smackdown 900,
Yeah.
Undertaker will probably
get involved in the feud between the Wyatts and Kane.
Right.
Yes.
That seems to make sense, although we could be proven wrong this week.
We've seen these two wrestle at WrestleMania already, at WrestleMania 31.
Right.
Pretty mediocre match.
Yes.
The build-up was okay.
The build-up was no. Remember, that was the build-up that had Undertaker not showing up until the day
in theory
before.
it was fine.
No, look, storyline-wise, these guys, because, a lot of times...
storyline-wise, this should be the perfect.
It should be
setup
great.
for a great match.
Should have been great then.
They should have saved the streak and have Bray take it.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what should have happened.
Yeah. They should have never... And look, let's be fair. End of an era should have been Undertaker's last match. But if they were going to have somebody take the streak and the powers of darkness, it should have been Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
He is Undertaker 2.0.
Pretty much.
They just need to start booking him as such. But that being said, we've seen this. It wasn't terribly good. And we feel like Bray really needs to be... I know the Undertaker is huge fish. He needs to be frying up some bigger fish. Meaning the world damn title.
Yeah.
So, this being said, who do we think Bray is taking on at WrestleMania?
Randy Orton.
Oh, you think they're going to carry that all the way to Mania? Huh?
Yeah.
Probably. They might have a first match at Rumble. No, they're going to be doing this Randy Orton and the family thing through the Rumble?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They might start to
show some signs
tension.
Of
discontent.
Discord.
But yeah, I think that feud has Mania written all over it.
Yeah, it does.
Because if not, what is Randy going to do at WrestleMania?
Undertaker. We'll get to that later. So I don't like Bray versus Taker again. But given that they're both SmackDown, like they could maybe be considering it.
Yeah.
Or it might be on some sort of list somewhere. It's on our list for something we don't want to see.
Yeah.
Number 9.
9. Triple H.
Triple H.
We've seen Triple H and Undertaker wrestle 3 times at WrestleMania. One may be my favorite match ever.
Yeah.
Their Hell in a Cell match.
It's at least top 3 for me.
So good.
It's so good. It is so good. It's amazing that more people don't point to that one too.
I know. I know. And as we just said a little bit ago, that should have been Undertaker's last match.
Right. Which is why we don't want Triple H, who, Triple H is doing his own thing over on Raw, sort of showing up from time to time, giving belts to people.
And he'll probably be busy at WrestleMania with Seth Rollins.
Yes, most likely. But if something were to happen, if Rollins got injured again, Undertaker comes back and they really don't have anything for him. If John Cena gets injured, Triple H is kind of that guy who can be a really high-profile guy and he can step into something with him. It's just what in the hell would be the motivation for this?
I know, and there's no way they would be able to top that Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah,
None.
Not a chance.
None.
Triple H can still go probably to that level, be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's still like,
it's
match,
not
like he was ever doing high spots.
The match he had with Dean Ambrose at Roadblock this year
was really good.
Was fantastic.
Was really, really good.
So he still has it in him to put on a good match.
Right.
I don't know how they could top the story of that match. I don't know how they could do it. Maybe they could. I don't know.
This wouldn't make a lick of sense. It would not. We do not want to see this. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
Number 8.
8.
Oh, God. Roman Reigns. Ah!
Imagine Roman no-selling the
oh, my God.
Powers of the Darkness.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that, besides the fact that I just immediately would start to fall asleep when I hear Roman Reigns' name or I see him. Maybe Undertaker's the guy who can take the vest off him.
Could be. Maybe. It might take the Powers of the Darkness to take that vest off.
That would seem to be the case. But I think, it would be this. Roman would go in there, he'd eat a couple of tombstones, and then he'd show up 45 minutes later on the post-show being like, I just had a really tough battle with The Undertaker. That was crazy. Ooh, boy. Now I'm good. I'm all good now. I'm all healed up. Ready with that stupid U.S. title of his.
I mean, it would
slung over his shoulder.
Oh, I don't like that.
I hate that so much. It's like, hey, Roman, can you take out the trash really quick? Sure. No mercy.
I know. I wonder because on that one episode of Raw, Foley had him fix the belt.
I know. I want to know the backstory of that.
And I want to know what Foley said to him.
I want to know what happened, what he said
and
to
why,
him.
And why Roman didn't heed what Foley had to say.
Oh,
has he following weeks? No, he's still been carrying it around like that. Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying. I hate that so much.
Is that Roman
sticking it to him?
Yeah, or not necessarily to Foley, but to WWE for taking the world title off him.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. It crossed my mind.
Maybe. What an unappreciative son of a bitch. Confirmed right here on COUNTOUT.
No, I'm not going to confirm that.
Roman Reigns is a real son of a bitch.
He just thinks it looks cool. I don't know.
Remember that time he took a selfie with me? He said,
yes.
He said, hey, Steve, can I get a selfie with you? But first, you got to put that beef away. Sure.
I mean, probably of all the people on this worst list, him and maybe one other person, they would benefit from being in a program with The Undertaker.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah.
But still don't want to see it.
I don't really want to see it. I think Roman Reigns needs somebody else like AJ Styles to have a decent match. He certainly can't carry a match.
No.
And like you said, he has a long way to go with his selling. It's just not very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Roman Reigns, out of everybody on this list up till now, the 2 before this, if it wasn't this year, if it was like last year and circumstances were completely different, I could totally have seen Vince really loves Roman Reigns versus Taker at Mania.
Yeah.
That totally would have been the case. If everything had gone the way the WWE wanted and thought it was going to go, then this would have been the match we probably would be seeing last year, this year, something like that.
Potentially.
Yeah. But we don't want to see it.
I think at one point earlier this year or late last year, we talked about potentially, I think so, having Reigns and Undertaker be involved in a title feud going into Mania. I thought we mentioned it because it was the Taker's 25th year.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he was doing more shows that maybe they were kind of doing a goodbye tour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Giving one more run with the belt and have Roman take it off him at Mania.
And the title of our show was Roman Reigns versus Taker confirmed. We love it. No, I'm joking. No, at this point, I really don't want to. Who do you think Roman Reigns is going to take on at Mania, though? Jericho.
Maybe.
Give us Jericho at Mania. And Kevin Owens can take on Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor. No Kevin Owens on the best list.
Yeah, he was considered.
Yeah. But we like those 10 better. Big ass.
I also thought that or pretty sure that Owens would be involved in something else at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we figure Owens is going to be taking on Finn Balor.
So would Finn Balor, but
Finn Balor.
It just in terms of the
Finn Balor,
the matchup of the characters of Demon King Finn Balor and Undertaker, it'd be
money.
We had to include on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here, number 7, a man I really don't even want to see at WrestleMania anymore. The Rock. He just comes in and buries people. He comes in, he acts. Not even going to say I claim that he could be. He acts like he's so high on cocaine, it's unbelievable. He acts like his heartbeat is like dangerously high. Way too much tempo there.
Mm-hmm.
He acts like he's high on cocaine. I'm not saying he is, probably isn't, but he's so geeked to be there, he comes off like an idiot. And so, like last year, granted, lighting your own name on fire is kind of cool.
Yeah, he had a giant flamethrower.
But it sounded like, and I've said this before, it really seemed like they were like, hey, Rock, what do you want to do at WrestleMania? Vince, good idea. I want to set my name on fire because I'm The Rock. I'm the highest paid actor ever. I got a huge house. I have a flamethrower in my car. I'm going to get it.
Yeah. And then didn't he request to work with the Wyatts specifically?
He asked to work with the Wyatts. And then he buried Eric Rowan in like 13 seconds or something. That's not working with somebody. That's like, I would say that if it was somebody I didn't like. Let me work with that guy because I hate him and I want to bury. Who don't I like in wrestling these days? Who don't I like?
You're generally pretty positive.
I know I'm pretty positive. If I came in and they were like, you can whatever you want to do, I'd be like, all right.
Adam Cole.
I want to wrestle Adam Cole, but I'm going to bury the shit out of him. They're like, well, you make $65 million a year acting in crappy movies. You can do whatever you want. Sorry, Adam Cole. You're going down for the 3 count, baby. The Rock. I don't want him anywhere near The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And I know he's going to be there at WrestleMania.
He will be.
He always does. I'll probably run into him. It'll be awkward.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, Steve, I heard what you said on your podcast. And he'll say, what's that podcast of yours name again? And I'll say, it's called Going In Right. And he'll say, it doesn't matter what your podcast name is.
Yeah, that's what he'll say.
What about Nia Jax versus The Undertaker? That'd be dope.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been on the best list. That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be kind of neat.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, she can handle them. Let's see here. Number 6.
6.
So let's run down who we've had so far.
Well, let's wait till 2 to do that.
2 to do that.
6.
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Why don't you want Dean Ambrose?
I don't feel like it's a good match of styles.
Yeah?
I don't think the match would not be good.
Dean Ambrose doesn't match anybody with Styles.
Except Styles.
Except for AJ Styles.
Yeah.
But that's just because AJ is like the cheat button. He's like the cheat
puts
code.
on a good match with everybody.
He puts on a good match with everybody.
I don't think the match would be good. I don't think the build-up would be good.
Okay, here's my thing. This would be a crap match. It would not be a good match. But I would think that Undertaker would have more respect for the process than we understood Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
And so the build-up might not be that terrible.
I don't know what they would feud over, though. Dean's not the type of guy that would just come in and say, I want to be respected here, the hugest star in this building coming out, and I'm going to beat you. That's not generally how he operates.
If he's looking for a fight against a guy who doesn't lose very often, if he wants a special match. He lost against Lesnar.
Yeah.
Dean would eat a pin against Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
But he'd be happier to do it. Yeah, no, I don't want to see this match. I'm not huge on Dean Ambrose matches in the first place.
Yeah.
Did you see Booker T saying that he's finding the James Ellsworth thing old already? So am I. And I kind of wish that they stop having him be in the same shot as Dean Ambrose so much. I think it's killing Dean for me.
A little bit.
Dean just, it's so, Ellsworth, he does look like a foot. And nobody wants to be standing next to a giant foot.
What about James Ellsworth versus The Undertaker?
Oh, I'd watch that in a heartbeat. Undertaker just ragdolls him. That'd be great. Weird looking little Ellsworth. Booker T was send him back down to the independents. That's what he said in his gruff Booker T voice. Let's see here. Number 5.
5.
I hear voices in my head.
Randy
they
Orton.
Tell me that to do the thing.
The Apex Predator. The Viper.
Yeah. Against it sounds so boring.
We've seen it before.
I am so bored by that. Immediately.
Yeah, we've seen this match a few times before.
We have seen it probably a lot. We haven't seen it because during Randy Orton's peak, I kind of just wasn't watching that much.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
But I think he bored me even back. Like, I always liked his work as a heel. I just never thought he was that interesting.
I remember when he first debuted. I vividly remember watching Raw when he kicked Mick Foley down the stairs.
Oh yeah,
I remember watching
cool.
that.
Yeah, that was cool. I wonder if it was just his presentation. He looks like NPC. To me,
You mean when he debuted or now?
Always.
Oh, okay.
He always looks like NPC.
But anyways, we've seen this match plenty.
Randy Orton is a walking tribal tattoo. And I know he used to have tribal tattoos and he got them covered with skulls, which is the second most generic thing you can get tattooed on your body if you're a man. He's just a walking tribal tattoo.
Okay.
It's like the most boring thing you can get tattooed.
But he's doing interesting stuff right now with the Wyatt family.
I like Orton. I'm just bored by Orton. He's been around too long doing the same thing.
Yeah, and him wrestling the Undertaker at WrestleMania would feel like him doing the same thing
I
again.
want them to go all in on Randy Orton's new supernatural
I agree.
powers.
Well, what if he took all of Bray Wyatt's powers and said, I have one more person to vanquish. I need the Undertaker. I need the powers of the darkness.
See, now you're turning this into the best because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, but you can't do that this year.
Right.
The next WrestleMania. It'll be WrestleMania 34.
All right, but then at 35, he takes the Demon King's powers, and then what happens? He turns into Mecha Santa.
No.
That's what happens. Remember I said that storyline the other day?
That's because you said it doesn't make it so.
I think I'm going to write that comic book.
Okay.
I'm write the origin of Mecha Santa. Can I write? Are you going to write for me the origin of the Top Notch Super Best, and I'll draw it?
Okay.
I got to get that first SteveAndLarson comic out, though. Man, that's been sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. So, which one of these so far? Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Triple H, Bray. What do you think would be closest to actually happening? I would say Dean Ambrose.
Really?
Yeah. What else is Dean going to do at WrestleMania? What's Dean going to do at WrestleMania?
I have no idea.
He has nothing to do. That might actually happen.
Could.
I can see that happening. I don't want to see it happen, which is why it's on the worst list.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 4.
4.
This is my favorite. Why isn't this number 1 on the best list? Brother, Hulk Hogan.
First of all,
how is this not perfect? This is the first person that Undertaker ever faced. That's Survivor Series, isn't it?
Well,
he was on a
match.
Team.
Yeah, but
it was in a match. That's what they do.
First person he ever faced.
First person shooter.
Do you remember the match they had where Undertaker won the undisputed title from Hogan like 10 years ago?
Wasn't it really bloody? No,
it was atrocious.
What was it?
It was awful.
That bad?
Yes.
I probably saw it live. Not live. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Probably
no, we did it for one of our Book of the Matches.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't remember shit. I probably did.
It was atrocious. Awful.
Really?
Horrible.
That bad, huh?
Yes.
Did they bleed? No, that was McMahon versus Hulk.
Yeah, I don't remember if Hogan bled or not.
Oh, okay.
But it was a terrible match.
Yeah, and this is like 10 years later?
Yeah.
15 years later, maybe?
Hogan he shouldn't be stepping into the ring to wrestle ever again.
He really shouldn't be. What if Undertaker was like, Hogan, I don't like racism. The powers of darkness is all about tolerance and love. And Hogan's like, brother, I've said I'm sorry. And he's like, it's not enough. I need to beat it out of you. Yeah, gets messed up. But then they just have like a really slow crap match. Where like Hogan steps in the ring, tries to run the ropes, and just throws his hip out completely. Like he's sitting there and he's like a weird, like it's like you broke a Lego guy.
Like it completely pops out of socket.
Like, you know how you can tear a Lego guy in half?
Yeah.
It's like like he's here and here. That's what it looks like. And just as bald. Yeah, nobody wants to see Hulk Hogan wrestle. Brooke Hogan was on TMZ saying that he's gotten calls to wrestle.
But then he was on Eric Bischoff's podcast and said, no, that's not true.
Yeah. So, no, not going to happen.
No, not going to happen.
And nor should it. But then that would give Undertaker reason to come out in his original gear.
It would.
Yeah, Undertaker. Let's see here.
Number 3.
Number 3. The man who made number 10 on our best list, too. So figure that one out.
Yeah.
Kane.
As we said on the best list, storyline-wise, it
could totally work.
It makes the most sense.
Could totally make sense.
The match will just not be good.
It would be a horrible match. Nobody wants to see this. Kane has turned into, I'm not going to say a joke at all.
No.
But he's definitely doesn't carry the weight that he used to.
No. Remember when they tried to make him a legitimate threat again when he started getting that program with Seth Rollins?
The fact that Daniel Bryan...
Before Seth Rollins blew his knee out?
Yeah. The fact that Daniel Bryan looked up and down the SmackDown roster and didn't... It would have taken one backstage segment for Daniel Bryan to have gone up to Kane, who was the only person really that would have made any sense on that roster sheet, and said, do you want to be on the Survivor? And just Kane just no-sells him or gives him a no answer or whatever like that. He says no. And then like Daniel Bryan jokingly asks for a hug or something. Some reference. But Kane's there, Daniel Bryan's there. They both know each other really well. They were both responsible for each other's career resurgence.
Yeah.
And he directly went to Shane instead. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
But the fact that Kane's not on the Survivor Series team is kind of stupid, and they didn't even address it.
Yeah.
That's dumb. I wouldn't want to see him versus Taker, though, simply because it'd be a terrible match.
Yeah. They could build a good story around it.
I think they could. I think if they did a thing where, because Kane's the kind of guy where you can take him seriously just like that.
Yeah.
You know? But then he does amazing comedic things.
Yeah.
But then just like that on a dime, you can turn him serious again.
Yeah.
But that being said, it would be an atrocious match. Chances are, with the Undertaker's limited schedule, they wouldn't be able to build a decent story because you kind of need him around.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the problem too. And without Paul Bearer there, and even we saw the Kane, Paul Bearer, Undertaker thing 2009 or so, and we saw then it was crap.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they had a good match WrestleMania 14.
Yeah.
But that was literally 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost 19.
Yeah.
Number 2. The man we want to see face Rusev
Yes.
at WrestleMania 33, and we'd be happy with that.
Yes.
Goldberg!
Now, there are rumors going around, I think reported within the last 2 weeks, that there was talk within WWE of having Goldberg versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. And what do we have to say about those rumors when we first heard about them?
No. Delete. No good. No. No, I don't want this. I mean, in some ways it's dream match-ish. It really is. Who doesn't want to see Goldberg take on all the old WWF guys, you know? All the old Attitude Era guys.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to see... Did Goldberg ever fight Taker when he came back?
According to Wikipedia, no.
It was just Triple H and...
The Rock.
Yeah.
And Lesnar.
Oh, that's right. Lesnar. So, no, we don't want to see this. We don't even know how well Goldberg can go in the ring at this point.
Yeah.
Again, largely because it'd be a crap match. And, yeah, it'd be a terrible, terrible match. The build-up would be awkward and weird.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever Taker is fighting has to carry the build-up these days.
Yes.
That's how it works.
And it'd probably be beneficial in that respect to have a full-timer.
Yeah.
Be the one he feuds with.
And Goldberg, we know, can't carry a build-up, although he's been kind of carrying this one.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job with this Lesnar feud so far.
Just based on his promos.
Yeah.
But Goldberg is kind of too... Yeah, I don't like Goldberg against Undertaker at all. I like Goldberg versus Rusev.
Yes.
Rusev can carry the build-up. He can carry the match.
He can eat a pin.
And he can get tremendous heel heat.
Yep.
He'll never have to worry about going into Minnesota and having the crowd turn on him.
Yep.
Although the Smarks might.
Yeah.
The trajectory that he's on right now,
I know.
by Mania, he might be a face.
Maybe after, depending on who he faces at Mania, following that,
Yeah.
it might be time for a Rusev face turn.
Yeah. Brusev. Bachka. Brusev. Yeah. All right, so let's run these down.
Yes.
All right.
Number 2.
Yeah. Goldberg.
3.
Wait, no, hold on. All right, this is Goldberg. Who's next?
3.
Gay
4.
brother. Hulk Hogan.
5.
Iron Voices. Randy
6.
Orton. Dean Ambrose. I don't really have anything for him.
7.
The Rock.
8. Roman Reigns. 9.
Triple H the Gamer.
10.
Who's that? Bray Wyatt, man. Hey, I don't know. That's just a bad Bray Wyatt, but it's how I think. Hey, Bray Wyatt, man. What are you doing? Yeah, Bray Wyatt. So that gets us to number 1. I love that he's on here and he's number 1. The man who should never, ever speak or talk or even come close to the Undertaker ever again. Brock Lesnar. We have seen this way too much. They booked Lesnar way too strong against the Undertaker in the first place. Taker's streak of never should have been broken. just keep them away from each other.
Their last match, the Hell in the Cell match, was pretty good.
Probably their best match.
It was good.
Was probably their best match.
Leave the feud at that.
Leave the feud at that. This is what wrestling never does. They never just leave a good thing the way it is. They never go out on top. They always try to milk more out of it.
Yep.
And we don't want to do this. Now, if there was at Mania some sort of a very quick backstage encounter that was like that thing we saw in WWE 24 where Taker was about to go out there. Which one said what?
Brock, I think, patted him on the back and said, "Go get some."
Yeah. That was a spine-chilling moment.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
That was really
so
cool.
Neat.
Now,
that being said,
now that's what we need is a half hour at least documentary of Undertaker and Brock Lesnar backstage at next WrestleMania. Just them hanging out.
I would love to just see those guys hang out because you never see Lesnar show respect to anybody. You never see Lesnar treat anybody like his peer.
Yep.
And for us to see that sort of, I mean, the closest we got was a Stone Cold podcast.
Yeah.
Kind of. But for Lesnar to understand that they're on that level is fantastic. It's just their story is over.
Yes.
We don't need any more of it.
No.
Give us Baron Corbin versus The Undertaker.
Who's Lesnar wrestling at WrestleMania?
Shane.
Oh.
Ah, I know. You're like, oh, I got to wait another year to find out who, like, if there's going to be a better opponent than that. Yeah, it's going to be Shane O'Mac. You never know. It might be good. It'll be crap.
Maybe Shane will name someone to have his proxy.
It's not going to happen. It's going to be Shane.
Ugh.
It's going to be Shane.
It's not going to be interesting.
No, it's not. Shane versus Undertaker was stupid.
Yeah, I know. They just had the match so Shane could jump off the cell.
So dumb.
That's the whole point of the match.
It was so dumb. That's so weird. Shane is like a main event play. He's like supposed to be a marquee name.
I know.
He shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Not at all. Anyways, if you guys have any idea, we got announced. Next week, we are doing best and worst rematches in pro wrestling.
Yes.
Running the gamut. WWE, WWF, WCW, WWF, WCCW, ECW,
NXT.
AWA, NXT, FCW, PWG, OVW.
Yes.
All of them. Anyways, we have an amino app. We've got a profile on the Wrestling Amino app. We're going to link to it in the description. If you go to our profile, you will see a question. Best, worst rematches.
Yes.
Leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys want to see on there. Let us know what your guys' best, favorite, and best and worst rematches are. And we might include them in the show. We might talk about some of your guys' suggestions.
Yes.
That's what it's there for. And that's what we're doing next weekend. So until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.